rack in our bathroom for our cleaning supplies. It's a thoughtful touch that makes quick cleanups a breeze. Recently, I stumbled upon a new cleaning sponge in our bathroom, but this one was unlike any we've had before. It was an unusual, egg-shaped sponge, and I couldn't help but find it amusing. I asked my wife why she would get such an odd-shaped sponge instead of a standard square one. She explained that it would be easier to use for applying makeup. I was baffled by this revelation, as I had no idea that people used sponges for makeup. She patiently explained the process to me, and I was surprised to learn that it's a common practice. However, I was also unaware that our cleaning sponge had been used for both cleaning and makeup. The truth hit me like a ton of bricks. I had been using our makeup sponge to clean the bathroom for years, and my wife TIFU by vomiting into a 92-year-old woman's vagina. I had just begun a new job working in memory care at a senior center. I was excited about the job. I love helping people, but on the day I was supposed to start training, I had a bit of a stomach thing going on. But I TIFU by vomiting into a 92-year-old woman's vagina. I recently started working at a senior center in the memory care department. I was eager to begin my new job and make a positive impact on the residents' lives. However, the day I was scheduled to start my training, I wasn't feeling well due to a stomach issue. Desperate not to call off so early in my employment, I decided to power through and took a dose of Pepto-Bismol before heading to work. The first part of my shift went smoothly, and although I was still feeling queasy, I managed to keep it together. I was learning how to assist the residents with meals, activities, and daily tasks. My manager informed me it was time to learn about assisting with bathroom functions and introduced me to one of the residents, a 92-year-old woman named Georgia. Georgia was lying on her bed, awake and smiling, and my manager explained that she needed to be changed. I gulped, but was determined to help. My manager led me through the process, starting by removing Georgia's pants, which revealed a strong and unpleasant odor. My stomach churned with nausea, but I was determined to see it through. As we opened Georgia's adult under TIFU by not knowing what American recipes meant by chili powder. So this didn't happen today but has been happening for my entire adult life. However, I did come to the realization today. For context, I grew up in New Zealand and now live in Australia. I've always loved me, a humbling realization. Misunderstanding American recipes. This embarrassing incident hasn't occurred recently, but it finally hit me today. For my entire adult life, I've unknowingly made the same mistake, until the day I realized the truth. As a Kiwi living in Australia, my love for Mexican and American cuisine knows no bounds. Over the years, I've accumulated a collection of go-to recipes, including a favorite chili dish. My affinity for spicy flavors is well known, and I thought I could handle even the hottest of dishes. However, every recipe I tried seemed to defy my expectations, leaving me with tears, a runny nose, and a numbed tongue. I thought this intense heat was the standard for chili, and I was okay with it. After all, the recipes I followed called for similar amounts of chili powder. But today, I decided to actually read the blog post before the recipe I wanted to try, and that's when it all clicked into place. It turns out that what New Zealand calls chili powder is not the same as what Americans refer to as chili powder. In my country, chili powder is pure, dried chili peppers. I had always assumed the spelling difference was just a quirk AITA for canceling Mother's Day celebration that I arranged for my wife after hearing what she told my son. I am 37, have a 13-year-old son. I was a widower when I met my now wife. She has a 16-year-old daughter from another relationship. The family is often on pretty good terms. My son, was I in the wrong for calling off Mother's Day plans after hearing my wife's insensitive comments to my son? As a single father of a 13-year-old boy and a stepfather to his 16-year-old stepsister, I've always tried to find a balance in our blended family. My son is an introverted kid who prefers to keep to himself, while my wife and stepsister are outgoing and often encourage him to join in on activities and gatherings with our extended family. However, my son has been complaining about being forced out of his comfort zone, and I've spoken to both my wife and stepsister about giving him more space. Recently, I planned a surprise Mother's Day celebration for my wife at a local restaurant, inviting her family to join us. However, things took an unexpected turn when I overheard my wife and stepsister discussing my son's attendance at the celebration. My wife was essentially saying that my son's introverted nature would make her family uncomfortable and ruin the mood, and that he should just stay home. My stepsister chimed in with some thoughtless comments, and my wife snapped at my son, telling him that she didn't understand why he wanted to celebrate Mother's Day with her since she's not his biological mother. Cop keeps pulling me, 22F, over just to mess with me. Hi. I made this account today because I'm really upset right now and I need to know if I have any grounds to get this man to experience any type of disciplinary action. I live in a small town in Wisconsin, so the cops kind. Incident with a local police officer. I've recently created this account because I'm still fuming about a series of events that occurred with a particular police officer in my small Wisconsin town. I'm hoping to gather information and advice on how to proceed with filing a complaint against this officer. In a community where everyone knows each other, this one officer seems to be targeting me for peculiar reasons. He keeps pulling me over for trivial infractions such as being too close to the curb or stopping near a stop sign. I believe he's attracted to me, but his actions also appear to be an attempt to provoke a reaction from me. Today's incident pushed me to the limit. As I was driving at 50 miles per hour in a 45 miles per hour zone, the officer pulled me over and began lecturing me in a condescending manner. He claimed he needed to search me because my vehicle smelled funny, despite the fact that it has a pleasant vanilla scent and I've never used it for smoking. When I refused to comply without a female officer present, he threatened to arrest me. In a state of frustration, I stepped out of the car and followed his instructions to place my hands on the vehicle. To my horror, he proceeded to search me in an aggressive and inappropriate manner. AITA for not letting my miracle baby niece be my flower girl at my wedding? My 27F older brother and Sil, both mid-30s, just welcomed their first child a year and a half ago, after years of trying. After many failed attempts, Sil was told that she wouldn't be able to conceive. Am I the asshole for turning down my miracle niece's request to be my flower girl at my upcoming wedding? My brother and sister-in-law, both mid-30s, recently welcomed their first child, a baby girl, after years of struggling with fertility due to my sister-in-law's medical condition. This little miracle has been the center of attention at every family gathering since her birth. While I'm thrilled to see them happy, their constant stories about their fertility journey and the hardships they faced have started to feel a bit overwhelming for me and other family members. As the big day approaches, I'm getting ready to